You know, I'm not a superstitious woman because I'm as left-wing as they come, as a matter of fact. I'm really Australia's answer to Jane Fonda, viewers. But, you know, a cross between Vanessa Redgrave and Jane Fonda, as a matter of fact. I'm the acceptable face of socialism. But Australian socialism, that is, which is very special.
Now, you're not superstitious, but
I'm not. But I am get spooky feelings.
You do. But you believe in your stars. You're an Aquarian.
Well, I am, and I think that we are a very talented sign. There's no two ways about that, Kay. What are you, incidentally?
I'm an Aquarian.
You are, darling. And what's Adam, your husband?
How did she know that?
Adam, I love Adam. He rings me at all hours saying, oh...
Are you a liberated woman? I mean, to all intents and purposes, you go all round the world, and yet, in a sense, you have to rely on this one man, Barry Humphries. Now, how do you get over that, Dame Edna?
Well, I am dependent. I'm not a liberated woman, I'm afraid. I have an invalid husband who's very close to me, although he's in Melbourne.
But you've left him. I mean, you're here.
There's nothing, you see, what you have to learn, darling, you have a healthy little Adam and you've got your jam and you've got your career. But for me, I have to learn something that everyone in life, and here's a lesson for you, you have to learn to detach with love. Detach with love. DWL. Think about that. Forget about PMT. Let's move on to DWL. If you've got an invalid, let the doctors do the doctoring. You've got to cherish them. You've got to care for them. You've got to show them everything. Or if you've got any problem in your life. But there's a point where you have to share that problem.
How would you cope with being a flop? I mean, you're right on the crest of a wave. How would you cope?
Acceptance. Detach with love. If I had a little failure, I'd think that makes me human. A lot of people think I'm a goddess. Admittedly, I'm physically attractive. At my age, and I'm not divulging it, I still have my drives. I have my juices. I'm intensely attractive to men. If I stay in a luxury hotel, I can barely sleep from little taps on the door. And that's the thing, and women adore me, you know. Women want to cuddle me and hug me, and I don't mean that in a permissive, horrible, you know, sort of Billie Jean way. I don't mean that. Listen to the technicians. They're technicians in the studio coming to learn a little bit about...
Sue Goddard of Surrey.
Sue? Hello, Sue in Surrey.
If you could take one man on a desert island, who would it be?
It's always been Parky, but I can't say that with Mary here. Can I?
Not really.
I can't really. Peter Ustinov, who I resemble in many ways. People have called me the female equivalent of Peter Ustinov.
For your wit, you mean?
For my wit, because I'm very good on my feet. Whereas most women in television that I know are better, well, perhaps off their feet.
Pat McLean of South Wales, what do you think of Englishmen?
I love Englishmen. I love their reserve. A lot of Australian men, I think, a little too... Well, they say exactly what's on their mind. I think we Australians are blunt. We're very direct. And I think that's why British people love us. I think we're more popular with the British than the Canadians and the Kiwis. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think people like the idea of Australia. And I think I've helped popularise my country. And it's been a task I've done with a lot of joy. But I love Englishmen. I like their manners. You know, I've been treated so kindly by Englishmen. They've been so rough yet gentle with me. I mean that. I don't mean that playing hospitals with them. I haven't had that experience. If anything happened to Norm, I shouldn't laugh, of course. But he's in really such good hands that I don't think anything is likely to happen to him. And I wouldn't marry him immediately. I couldn't. I've discussed this with my husband. What a very, very... thoughtful woman I am in many ways, to go to my husband's bedside and discuss frankly with him the possibilities of my remarriage if anything horrid happened to him.
You've even bought him a plot in Melbourne Cemetery, haven't you, already?
I have, as a matter of fact. I showed him some photos. I said, did he want to be under a tree or did he want to be in the open? Near the gate. I've shown him these things.
What did he say?
Because I think he should have a say in the matter.
What did he say?
Well, he was a bit emotional, as a matter of fact, because, of course, I don't think he was quite prepared. I think he was overwhelmed by my thoughtfulness.